Do that, you're gonna start gaining the strength in your quads, your adductors, your hams, your glutes. You're gonna start feeling a whole lot better. Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. All right, this video is for you beginners. It's how to build big legs at home, okay? You don't need anything but maybe one set of dumbbells. You don't even have to have those, but I'm gonna show you an exercise that uses one dumbbell. But at the end of the day, if you don't have it, you can still do the same exercise. I'm gonna give you some of my favorites for true beginners. People just trying to get started back lifting weights, trying to do a little bit of resistance training, trying to get some quad strength back, glute strength back, hamstring strength back. All right, so it's gonna be fairly quick. Here's the key points real quick before I get into the exercises. The main thing we're focused on is hip mobility, knee mobility, ankle mobility. Those are some of the biggest issues with older men, especially guys that haven't been actively working out. They tend to tighten up, especially if you got a desk job or something like that. You're sitting for so long, you tend to lose that mobility in your lower body and all those joints. So the key point when I'm showing you these, go as deep as you can comfortably go with your current mobility. That being said, I want you to focus on trying to gain more mobility, meaning these exercises I'm gonna give you a little bitty workout, and I want you to shoot for 3 rounds. 3 rounds of 12 to 15 reps. As you start getting acclimated to the exercises, as you start getting blood flowing and you start loosening up a little bit, then try to go a little bit deeper with each set, okay? And that's what you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna wanna progress that way. If you can't go very deep now, then the next time you do this workout, try to go a little bit deeper. That's actually not only gonna help with your strengthening of all of your lower body muscles, but also it's gonna help with your mobility, which is the key to helping you feel better and move better when you get older. All right, that being said, the very first exercise we're gonna do is just a straight up body weight squat. Body weight, no dumbbells, no other resistance, okay? Basically what you need to focus on here, toes should be rotated out slightly, okay? Rotated out just slightly, and you want your knees to track in the same direction that your toes are pointed. And you also want to make sure that you are hinging at the hips, meaning your glutes, your butt, get it back before you go into your descent. Here's what I mean by that. Don't just bend your knees and drop down. That's hard on your knees. You actually want to initiate the movement by dropping your hips back, your glutes back. Once you get that hip hinge, then you start going down, okay? And here's what I'm talking about, the depth. If you can go all the way down like I am, perfect. If you can only go down far, perfect. Do what you can comfortably do, okay? But at the end of the day, you wanna go as full range of motion as you can go. So for me, I'm gonna demonstrate these all the way down, all the way up, down, all the way up. You're shooting 12 to 15 reps when you're doing that, all right? This is gonna be your goal. And one other thing that you do wanna focus on, keep your core tight when you're doing this. You got those other 2 cues with your knees and with your hips. Core should be tight as well when you're doing this to help support that lower back. If you need to lean over slightly, that's okay, because we all are built slightly different femur length. I know some people have to bend forward quite a bit. That's actually okay as long as you're still under control. All right, you don't have to be completely upright, just keep that in mind. That's gonna be your first exercise. The second one is a goblet squat. This is where if you have a dumbbell, use a dumbbell. I'll demonstrate it with the dumbbell. All right, basically what you're doing here, you want this completely up against your body. And the goblet squat, I like going wider, okay? Wider, again, toes out and hinge at the hips and then drop down. The difference with this and a standard bodyweight squat is the depth is gonna be a little bit deeper if you have weight. It's gonna help you sink down a little bit lower, help open up those hips. And if you have to do this without weight, it's gonna be the same situation. The main difference is if you're doing your bodyweight squat here, step out more into a sumo stance, all right? A little bit wider, toes out a little bit wider. That's gonna help activate more adductors on the inside, and you'll focus on your glutes more back here as well. That's what I like about these compared to the bodyweight squat. So goblet squat. All right, third one we're gonna do on the ground is a glute bridge. Depending on how much of a beginner you are, I'll show you heels close to your butt and even slide on up a little bit closer. Here you can use your hands out to your side for support and then drive your hips up and really press those heels down into the ground. You should feel these in your hamstrings and your glutes. That's the goal here. Hold this squeeze for about 3 seconds. Back down, up again, 1001, 1002, 1003, down, 1001, 2, 1003. All right, if this is still too easy for you, if you're a beginner but this is easy, then do a unilateral, meaning one side. The other leg should be straight, and then press the other one up. You'll go here, down, 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you'll alternate sides and do the other one. First exercises are more about the quads and the adductors on the inside and even your glutes. This one is really gonna isolate the hamstrings and the glutes a lot more. All right, last exercise. Okay, this one is one of those I use not only if you're just a beginner, but if you're a lot older and you still can't do some of this, right? The reason I use this one a lot is I refer back to my grandpa sitting on the couch. He would sit on the couch hour, 2 hours, and he needed help getting back up. One of the first things you lose is that initial quad activation to get up after you've been sitting down a while. If you're older, you may be seeing these first few exercises. No way in the world you can do a regular bodyweight squat. Okay, if that's you, do a chair squat. I'm demonstrating from a little couch. You can use a regular chair. Basically what I want you to do is about 90 degrees. The lower the chair, the more emphasis you're gonna place on your quadriceps. If you need to start off with a higher chair to where you're not quite 90 degrees, do that as well. Progress to a lower chair if you have access, if you can do that. Basically the goal here, forward lean and thrust forward, okay? You're not gonna sit straight up. I want you to get your upper body over your legs and then lift. Full extension and then sit back down. Lift. Just like that. All right, the key here is the reps. Let's shoot for 20 reps here. Sit. Back up, not you, Piper. All right, so again, try to initiate at the hips. Bend back a little bit and then get into your drop. You'll also notice it's not a drop, okay? You're controlling your body on the way down. You're going forward and lifting. That's gonna be your quadricep work here. You should feel that top of your legs, your quadriceps. When you come down, the tendency may be once you get here to just drop. Okay, that's definitely not what you need to do. Take your time coming back. You'll notice I'm sitting back, sit back, sit back. That's where a lot of the strength is gonna come from. That's what I want you to focus on, going down slower, okay? And when you're lifting up, the last cue I wanna give you is keep your heels on the ground. Try to use your complete foot when you're pushing up, as opposed to toes like this. If you start getting your heels off the ground and pushing with your toes, that's gonna place way too much stress on your knees. So again, flat foot, the entire foot, push up, just like that. That is a chair squat, okay? Yes, beginner, that's a super beginner. However, I'm talking to a lot of you guys, everyone's starting at a different place. For some people, this does absolutely nothing for you. If that's you, still do this. Here's what I want you to do. That same dumbbell you use the goblet squat with, hold the dumbbell, okay? Hold it here, use it for a little extra resistance. It's still gonna be a beneficial exercise. It's still a natural, functional movement that you need to get used to doing. This you'll be doing the rest of your life, okay? You get older, you don't need someone to come help you get up. I remember doing that. So having to help my grandpa get up, at least get them started. So to avoid that, just make sure you can do this without any issues, without any problems, and start adding these other things or do them all now, again, depending on how much of a beginner you are. That being said, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. As you can tell, this isn't gonna take you long. 3 sets of 12 to 15, okay, for the first few exercises I showed you. Chair squat, shoot for 20 to 25 reps. 3 sets as well. 3 sets here, 20 to 25 reps. A little bit higher rep range there than the others, but do that. You're gonna start gaining the strength in your quads, your adductors, your hams, your glutes. You're gonna start feeling a whole lot better. That being said, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like this video. And man, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.